a new season, and we are underway.
Really dominating fashion here today is going to win.
3-4 for the final time.
Win number 1 on the season, only just barely.
He is going to win here at the Nazareth Speedway.
Wins the Emerson Electric 100K.
Gonna be Igor Barretto's gonna eke it out.
Cup Series champion is Shane Lake in the number 15.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
From one iconic racetrack to another, from the Darlington Raceway now to the Martinsville Speedway. Welcome, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, to the Jiffy Lube 500 for the first ever time in Body Armor Cup Series history. Racing here at the famous half-mile paperclip oval in Virginia here under the lights as well, for our first of 2 night races here this season at the Martinsville Raceway. It is sure to be a fantastic time here under the lights as always. You don't know what to expect at a place like this, and especially given that, adding once again another track to the list of tracks that we're checking off the box for our first trips here this season. And we've seen a lot of those the past couple weeks, but after a thrilling race at Darlington Raceway last week, a lot is on the line here in the de facto 11th round of the season. The de facto 1/3 of the season is in the books. You're only going to have about 21 races left after tonight to get your shot at the championship, and some of these drivers, just the window of opportunity is slipping away from them as we speak. But join in the booth alongside tonight with Brennan Wilmington, who was with us a couple weeks ago at Willow Springs. Obviously, this is to say the least. We don't know what's going to happen here tonight at Martinsville. So what do you think, is the expectation these drivers have to have heading into this race tonight?
Well, I've only ever seen one NR 2003 race at this track, and it was absolutely chaotic. So I'm expecting a little bit more of the same here. Maybe not quite as chaotic, more like an organized chaos. But obviously, 42 cars on a track as small as this ought to bring chaos no matter what you do. So it'll definitely be a very interesting race to watch for that.
It will definitely be. You're going to see some guys who are starting deep in the field, as we'll go over in the starting lineup, who need good runs here tonight. Our points leader, Caleb Rose, Igor Barretto, guys who are up there in the points are starting very deep in the field. And with that in mind, let's take a look at the point standings as they run coming into tonight. And speaking of him himself, it is still Caleb Rose out in front of the points by now 17 points over Justin Zidell. 33 back is Igor Barretto, Caleb Rose's teammate at Collins Racing. They are having a complete smacking of a season so far through 10 races. They have 2 wins. Their drivers have combined for 8 top 10s and 4 top 5s. They have a pole. They're just absolutely on fire here in this season. Equan Haslam has moved his way up to 4th, leading the charge for Dodge, 46 points back. The rookie Ada McCrow is also up there now, 51 off the lead. Dustin Davis, Ada McCrow's teammate, is now 6th. William Brock, who keep in mind has only ran in 9 of the 10 rounds so far this season, is in 7th in the points. And Brandon Nelson, after a strong past couple of weeks, has moved his way up to 8th in the points, 108 off the lead. It's the man, the defending champion. He starts last tonight, but he swung about 20 or so positions in the standings in just a handful of races. You see there, Fitzy's up to 9th. David Johnson has slid back. You got Alphabet, Scott Upton, Ryan Durrani, Brett Sierra, and Noah Clifton rounding out the top 15. The top 7 drivers coming into tonight are separated by that 100-point swing that you would need to flip the entire points grid up and around here tonight for 100 laps under the lights, so at Martinsville. Let's see who's going to start on the pole here tonight. And we have Daniel Bouchard in the number 50 for Jacoan Racing up on the front row alongside of Angel Olvera, a 2-time Body Armor Cup Series winner outside of him. And on the row number 2, you have Shane Lake, Angel Olvera's teammate, so Stealth Racing looking very good here tonight. Thomas Troxel starts in 4th. He won at Auto Club earlier this season. Patrick Smith, William Brock, couple of previous series winners starting on row number 3. Trey Bartow, who almost won at Las Vegas, starting on row number 4 alongside of our defending winner, Christopher Alphaby. Row number 5 is going to feature Zachary Fitzwater alongside of Dustin Davis, still looking for his first career win. Then you've got Monaco Zidell, Keegan Thompson, Josh Williamson. That is Adam McCrow, Colton Yo, Marty Sakala, and Daniel McMill make up the rest of those rows. 100 laps should be, I believe it's about a 55 to 60 lap pit window tonight. Could possibly be wrong, but Brennan, is there anybody in particular tonight that you're looking at to win this race?
Not necessarily, honestly, but just picking somebody. I think I'll go with Fitzy. I like the fact that he's starting on the inside, but this is a very long race, so things can get shuffled really fast. But yeah, I'm looking at Fitzy definitely for this race.
I think he'll be one to watch as well. I hope he does well, but here we go. Up through the gears, Bouchard, Olvera, they lead us to the green, and we are racing for the first time ever at Martinsville Raceway.
Down into turn 3 they go. Bouchard jumping out to the lead as the teammates fight for second there. That is the number 32 of Angel Olvera, front of his teammate. Like I said, I like the fact that I like the guys that were starting on the inside. That will definitely be the preferred line here at Martinsville. As the teammates continue to battle for second, starting lap 3.
Yeah, you got Olvera, you got Bouchard, Olvera, and Lake top 3. Patrick Smith has moved his way up to 4th. He won at Darlington Raceway last season, so he knows how to get it done at tough racetracks. Thomas Troxel, Trey Bartow's moving up to the field. Eric Monaco is already cracked well inside the top 10. Fitzy is hanging around in 9th at the moment, and Keegan Thompson outskirts of the top 10. And then you got Zidell, Alphaby, Dustin Davis, Ada McCrow, the 2 teammates, Sakala and Josh Williamson. Going to be interesting to see. The one thing that'll be interesting to see tonight is as the tires progress through a run, you know, seeing the kind of fall off that you get on these tires. But right now, Olvera's the fastest man on track. We'll see if we'll see how long it takes him to catch up to the 50 of Daniel Bouchard, but he's looking strong here. Both of these Stealth Motorsports machines looking extremely strong. And still, we've yet to see a 1-2 finish for a single car for a team in this series, so they're going to be going for that tonight. Battle for 5th, though. Troxel in the 53, 27 of Bartow. Bartow looking strong to the inside.
Bartow peeking his nose to the inside of the number 53 of Thomas Troxel. He's going to take him to the inside going into turn 3, push him up the racetrack a little bit, and here comes the 34 now getting involved in this. That is William Brock. He's going to try and get inside of Bartow. He poked his nose in there. Bartow's up the racetrack. Brock is going to pass them both as they head down the back straightaway.
And William Brock going to get a 2-for-1 there. See if he can hold off. Troxel is going to try to undercut to go right back down to the inside. Oh, Keegan Thompson just slapped the turn 4 outside wall there coming off the corner. That's going to cost him at least 2 or 3 spots there. Brock's still to the inside of Bartow. And now you got the 2 teammates battling for second. They've lost about a second and a half to Daniel Bouchard, but Shane Lake in the 24. He's going to move that 24 tied ride down to the inside. He's got Olvera trapped on the outside. Ooh, that was a very big slide. That's not what you want to have with Patrick Smith and the 11 chasing you down. And these guys are just continuing to lose time to Daniel Bouchard. He is just entering another zip code at the moment, opening up a big lead. Looking a lot like somebody in the 22 machine who opened up a huge lead the last time we called a race together. That man, Caleb Rose, happens to be 40th as we speak, but these 2 teammates are going at it very aggressively here in the early stages of this race.
Yeah, they definitely are, and if they're not careful, Patrick Smith's going to get inside of them as we have a caution.
Oh.
That is the number 7 of Hairgel Arvin Alonso with the back end severely damaged. That is very interesting as the first yellow flag of the race comes out here on lap number 11, and they're stacking up on the backstretch.
As you'd expect, obviously this is a very short racetrack. Not a lot of space for that. We've seen that at South Boston too. Well, it's funny because as we were saying that the leaders were second and third were losing a lot of time to Daniel Bichard. They're going to get all that time reset. It's going to see, we'll give it a lap or so here. We're going to see if anybody comes down pit road. Obviously, Alonso's staying out for the moment. We'll see if anybody comes down pit road here. But no movement really through the top 3. Smith has moved up a few spots. Brock has moved up a few spots. Bartow's moving up. Troxel's lost a few. Eric Monaco's moving up. Fitzy's moving up. Zidell, McCrow. A lot of guys moving up here early in the race. And I don't see anybody going for pit road here. Just taking a look back through the field. No takers here on pit road, even though we're 12 laps into this race. So we're going to take a quick break here, folks, and we will come back here with a replay of the caution that brought out the incident with Hairgel Arvin Alonso that brought out our first caution of the night here at the Martinsville Raceway.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, run, we gotta escape.
So watch Hairgel Arvin Alonso there in the 7. Bailey Pendergast just completely KO'd him. He's going to make a hard impact with the outside retaining wall. And then watch Nelson Reeves right there. That's a nasty hit for the 21 of Reeves. Big hits for both Reeves and Alonso there in the 7. I don't know if either of them is going to continue here tonight. Tough break for both of them here early on in the race to have such damage to the race cars.
Looking at it from a different angle, here's Alonso coming into the corner, and Pendergast, yeah, that was a very interesting maneuver for sure. And there's, oh man, there's Nelson Reeves. Hate to see that. Hate to see their days end so early, especially due to what I believe is a very avoidable incident. But that's definitely going to be tough for them. But we're going to get you back with the restart here on lap number 15, I believe.
And we are going to get back to the restart on what will be lap 16 of 100. You have Daniel Bichard, Angel Olvera, Shane Lake, Patrick Smith, William Brock, your top 5, Trey Bartow, Thomas Troxel, Eric Monaco, Zachary Fitzwater, and Justin Zidell. Your top 10. You got a lot of wins in this top. You got a lot of mixture between guys with wins and guys who don't have wins here in this top 10. One guy I do want to mention, Brandon Nelson moved up 10 spots in the first 10 laps of this race. Going to keep an eye on that 18 throughout the race, but here we go back to the restart. Everybody single file for the moment. Brock is already going to pass 2 cars, get around Patrick Smith, and he's going to dive bomb down Shane Lake into turn 3 and 4. William Brock looking super aggressive there in that 34, and he's going to get 2 cars in 1 lap here and move from 5th to 3rd coming back to the start-finish line.
That's not even the first time in this race that Brock has done that. He has got a rocket of a car now as he is already up to 3rd. And he is making some aggressive moves here early in the race. Very impressed by William there as they're battling for 4th back there. Patrick Smith to the inside of Shane Lake. He's going to get 4th back from Shane Lake, it appears. And right behind them, Thomas Troxel and Trey Bartow are continuing their battle. Troxel to the inside, but Bartow had the nose out. The backstretch. Troxel's going to get the run off the corner. And it looks like Troxel will hang on to the position for now.
Oh, Daniel McMillan down pit road, but here we go for the race lead. We got Bouchard slid it a little bit wide there in that Chevy, that 50 car off of turn number 2. But now Brock at the 34 is going to get down to the inside of Angel Olvera. He's going to send that car down in a 1 and 2. Brock is just absolutely... He is staying almost perfectly glued to that bottom lane in the corners, and that is going to help him throughout this race as it progresses throughout the night here at Martinsville. He sends it. Oh, he's going to get into Olvera and washes him up the hill. And he's going to get by for 2nd place. you got to love what you're seeing out of these Ford Mustangs and these Ford-affiliated teams so far. They are rocking that bottom lane, but now Olvera's going to try to switch back and dive back down under him, heading into 3 and 4. Nothing doing there. Brock's going to keep it just a little off the bottom. He'll hold on a second, and now he sets his sights on the 50 car of Daniel Bouchard, who's been untouched so far. But Brock gained a little bit of time that time, but he's still sliding that car a little too much now off of turn number 2.
I definitely think William Brock has the potential to catch Daniel Bouchard, because I like what I've seen out of that car so far. There's a slow car ahead of the leaders. That is Alonso, who caused the first caution. Not sure if he's going to get in the way or not, but it's still early. Almost a quarter of the way through this race here at Martinsville. Brock is catching Bouchard just a little bit. Bouchard slid up the track a little bit. Brock's going to gain a lot on him. He's there. Going to lap number 24.
And one thing to note,
Bouchard has the mirrorful William Brock right now.
And one thing to note, William Brock has the fastest lap of the race by almost a tenth, 15 tenths of almost a tenth and a half. So this 34 car is on a guided rail right now throughout this race. He's going to stick it down to the inside of the 50 of Bouchard. Down the back straightaway. Bouchard's just getting that good run off of the corners. Brock is really, really good into the corner, but Bouchard is just perfect coming off of them. Now we'll see here. This 7 car of Alonso, William Brock could definitely use as a pick to get around Daniel Bouchard in the 50. He's still hanging with him there, right around his back bumper. Now the 7 car of Alonso isn't too slow either. He's definitely slower than everybody else. Bouchard washes up the racetrack. Side by side. Oh, he just can't quite get there yet. He's going to dive it down into turn 1. Will he have him this time? Oh, he bobbled. That was a big bobble out of the 34 car.
Yes, it was. And the consistent thing that I've been seeing is that William Brock's car corners extremely well, but Bouchard always beats him off the corner, always gets a better run off of him. But Alonso is really going to throw a wrench into things depending on how Daniel Bouchard is able to navigate around him. He goes to the inside, down the back straightaway. Will he be able to peek inside? Will. He goes up the racetrack. Brock is there. They almost went 3 wide off the corner. That would not have been a good idea. Bouchard looking to clear Alonso, and Brock is going to follow him going through turns 1 and 2. Bouchard now clear of the lap traffic, and now Brock is going to have to deal with him as well.
This is very intense stuff here so far for the lead of this race. William Brock in that 34 Eagle Scout Troops car is right there. Up the rear bumper of the 50 of Bouchard. He just can't quite, like you were saying, Bouchard is almost perfect on his corner exit, and Brock is almost perfect on his corner in, but you've seen him so many times, he just doesn't get the run off of the corners that 50 car is. And they're going to catch the lap traffic here in a couple laps the way this is going, and that includes 2 of the top 3 drivers in points, having an absolute nightmare of a race so far for Collins Racing. Here comes Brock, though. He's still hunting down that 50 Bouchard. Bouchard keeps sliding. There's the opportunity. Side by side down the front straightaway. Shane Lake gets into the wall in the back of the picture. Oh, here comes Brock. He just cannot do it. Every time he tries to get down there, he just cannot do it.
Does not have the same corner exit speed that Daniel Bouchard has. Bouchard really sliding up that time. He's
my
gonna get into the wall. And William Brock, that was the break he needed. And we have our first lead change of the race here on lap 32. William Brock into the lead, capitalizing on Bouchard's mistake. He slid up into the outside wall, coming off of turn 4. Now Brock has a decent-sized gap as well.
And now he's going to get back into the wall.
Tires are very worn on the cars. A lot of guys starting to get into the wall, and now Bouchard is back, caught up to him. He's on the back bumper. We'll see if he'll be able to get by him, or they're honestly, with the amount of slide that these cars are having and getting into
here
the wall,
he goes
you might
again.
see caution here in a few laps.
They've kept it very clean. It looks like Alonso's the only car who really has any significant damage so far on this race. So these guys have kept it very, very clean here. Give you a quick update as quick as we can, given the fact that these guys are very close for the lead. You have William Brock in the lead, Daniel Bouchard, the pole sitter in second, Angel Olvera, Patrick Smith, Trey Bartow. Shane Lake, Zidell, Monaco, Troxel, Sakala, and Fitzy. That is everybody. That's 6th through 11th all right there. Zidell's going to get around Shane Lake. He's going to clear him. And Shane Lake going to try the crossover on the 61. Oh, and Zidell's going to almost put it in the wall. They are having a great battle here in the midfield.
Side by side. I said oh no earlier because things were getting really tight between Shane Lake and the 75 or the 79. I can't tell.
That's the 79.
Okay, the 79 car, yeah. These guys are getting really close to getting into each other, but that's Martinsville. Very physical racing. And this is the battle for the 6th through 8th positions. So we got some pretty solid racing in the middle of the pack as well.
And all the teammates happen to be hanging around 9, 10th, and 11th. So,
would you look at that?
Not rigged, boys. Don't worry. Back up front. Now, this is where things are going to start to get fun because William Brock has caught the back end of the field 39 laps into this race, or 40 laps into this race, and he's going to have to start working around some lap traffic. And we'll see. Bouchard's going to have to keep up with him in this 50 car now. So we're going to see what Bouchard has in this 50. Miller puts it in the wall almost there, just a little bit. Let's see what these guys can do. Ooh, this is going to be interesting for Brock because he's going to have to work around both. That is the 2 Stuart Grattan Motor Racing teammates, and that's the 2 Collins Racing teammates right there. Couple of the big hitters in the 2-car team group not having just completely abysmal nights here. Bouchard is keeping pace really well with Brock in that 34 car, though. They're both clear of Miller. Just going to have to see as they start picking them up and laying them down here. You know, which of these 2 drivers is going to get the advantage to this heavy, heavy lap traffic.
Yeah, and about Collins Racing, this is a complete contrast to the last time I called a race up here. Last time I called a race up there, they were both inside the top 5. And this time they're both in the bottom 5. Just a terrible, terrible day. Like really the first bad performance for this team as Barretto's about to get lapped by William Brock and Caleb Rose, 2 cars in front of him, is going to be on the chopping block here soon. Just a nightmare of a day for these 2 so far. As we're approaching halfway in this race, the laps tick by fast here. And Bouchard is about 4 car lengths behind, working on Igor Barretto. Can't pass him there, and that's going to be pretty crucial. That could allow William Brock to get a little further out if Barretto is giving Bouchard a hard time.
Well, Bouchard's going to have to dispense of the 0 too quickly, but the one advantage that Bouchard does have at this moment in time is that Brock in the 34 isn't dispensing of the 18 of Brandon Nelson particularly quickly. So the longer that Brock in the 34 can't get around Brandon Nelson into 18, the better that does work out for Bouchard. And another guy for the record that does work out for, these 2 guys right here of Trey Bartow and Angel Olvera, who are ticking the gap back down. Olvera now under 2 seconds, and Bartow's at 2.5 seconds. So the deltas are coming down, and you got 3rd and 4th are about to have to enter this lap traffic as well. So it's about to get very interesting, and obviously we still have pit stops coming up here soon, probably in about 20 laps or so. There's a lot of fascinating things still to play here in this race.
Pit stops are going to be chaotic. I can tell you that much. Is Brandon Nelson serving as a roadblock for William Brock. Now he finally gets to the inside of Brandon Nelson. Passing him right here will be crucial because that will put 2 lap cars in between himself and Bouchard. Plus Bouchard is getting caught up to by Olvera, but Olvera is also being held up by a lap car. So these lap cars really playing a big factor into this battle for the lead. Olvera is going to get to the inside of the lap car. Someone got into the wall back there.
I think that was
the 11 of Patrick Smith. And now the lap cars are going side by side, where they were in front of Daniel Bouchard. This is really going to play to a factor here. Uh-oh.
Barto in the 27.
squirrely
Oh
there.
my goodness, he just dove into the corner, bumped the 42 of Olvera up the hill. Trey Barto looking for redemption after missing out on a Las Vegas win. He's gonna just power right through Olvera in the 42. Now move Barto up to third, 2.3 seconds off the lead, so third place lost a little bit of time there, which is to be expected. And Brock is just continuing to put cars in between him and Bouchard. He's now got 3 cars in between him and Bouchard. And this is exactly what you need. I mean, it's kind of interesting. We have not seen lap traffic really play an impact on a short track in this series since we were at South Boston last summer. So it's kind of interesting to watch these guys have to maneuver through all these cars because it's something that they just don't do a whole lot in this series.
I think something is really helping Brock. As we mentioned earlier, Brock's car has a lot better cornering than Bouchard's did, and I think that might really be helping him when getting around these lap cars. Because he's able to arc it into the corner and hug that inside a lot better than Bouchard. And so, I think that's really helping him. Speaking of Bouchard, he's on the inside of Brandon Nelson back there. He might be able to get around him here pretty soon, and it looks like he will. So that's now 2 lap cars in between himself and William Brock.
But it's
Nelson's
about to be
back to the
3.
inside of him.
Nelson in the 18 just said, I think I'll go right back around you, which could open the door for Barto in the 27 to get around Bouchard. Barto's going to get stuck on the outside for a moment. We'll see if Nelson can make anything happen on that bottom lane. Just a terrible night for the defending champion who is looking to close in. That's an interesting situation.
72. Equan has him. You said he was in the top 5 in points.
That is significant.
Yeah.
And he has damage as if he got into a crash. I don't see... Now, one thing I did notice, Andrew Williams has some damage, which could have been from the Alonso incident. One thing I did notice, Nelson Reeves is out of the race, 46 laps down. So he must have gone out early, or we might have missed him in the... We'll have to take a look at that, because obviously I record the replays after the race, so we'll have to take a look at that again. Apologies if I missed that.
He was definitely involved in that Alonso incident, judging by the number of laps he's been behind the wall, so yeah.
And now the gap is closing back down. 1.2 seconds is the gap. 2 cars separates our leader Brock and second place Daniel Bouchard. Trey Barto is still keeping pace, though, pretty well with Bouchard in the 50. So we're going to have to see. Interesting to see here as these guys still sort out here. You got Justin Zaidel looking to pounce on some other championship drivers' misfortune. Keep in mind, he came into this race second in the points, so if he were to finish right where he is at right now with the way this field's been running, I mean, Brock was 98 back, so he could actually, in theory, if he were to win, he could jump Caleb Rose the way this is running potentially, but the big winner here looking to gain huge in the points is Justin Zaidel, because he is looking like if he can keep this under cruise control for the rest of the night, get a top 5, he's going to have a very good shot of taking the points lead after tonight. Bouchard.
Oh, yeah.
Bouchard's coming, though, in that 50. Lost a little bit of time, but he's putting more lap cars between him and Barto.
Yes, he is, to the inside of Barreto. And again, Zaidel really loving having Igor Barreto, Caleb Rose, and Equan Hasem either running poorly or having issues because of how many more spots he has over them. He's definitely probably going to even maybe take the points lead after all this is said and done. But Bouchard does get past the O2 of Barreto, and Barto is working to the inside of him as well. Barto may end up taking second here soon. I feel like his car is handling a lot better than Bouchard's is. So we'll need to keep an eye on the fight for second as Brock is in the pits. Green flag pit stops going to start. And this could shake things up. Olvera is in.
Zaidel.
And a few other guys.
And this is where the hold your breath moment, if you are some of these leaders, because this could definitely I don't know if the pit entry is what I'm worried about. The pit, they are flying into pit road. Oh, buddy.
Really close to the barrels.
Oh, buddy. I honestly don't know if the pit entry is what I'd be more concerned about or pit exit, but hold your breath, ladies and gentlemen, because it is pit stop time here at Martinsville. Patrick Smith is currently the leader. We'll see. We'll see. He's got some right side damage, so that's probably why he hasn't quite had as competitive a car in this race as he was hoping for.
Yeah, I saw him get into the wall earlier, so he's been in the wall a couple times, so I'm not that surprised.
He might have actually, you know, my bad. I think Patrick Smith is already pit. Oh my goodness, Brandon Nelson has some right side damage. Well, let's see if we can find our previous leader. Shane Lake, Patrick Smith, Noah Clifton, Fitzy, Barretto, William Brock is off of pit road. Oh, we're going to catch up with this 34 car if I can get a shot on him. Here comes Brock, and he's behind Bouchard. Oh my goodness. He is behind several amounts of cars who he wasn't behind before pit stops. Most notably is Justin Seidel. Did the 61 of Seidel just jump 4 or 5 cars all at once?
He may have.
No, hold on. It's Trey Bartow.
Ooh.
Trey Bartow, looking for redemption from Las Vegas, just jumped second and first. Davey Johnson, no, Davey Johnson's on the pit cycle, that's why. I don't see the 12 car Johnson anywhere. The 61 of Seidel has jumped everybody up to second. Bouchard is back to third. Brock is back to fourth. Dustin Davis is now in fifth. I'm waiting for this 12 car to cycle out. Monaco is now in sixth. No, Sakala is sixth. Monaco is seventh. They're scoring Patrick Smith in eighth. Fitzy in ninth. Colton Yo, our Phoenix winner, in 10th. Alphaby, Durrani, Troxel. No, Lake, Troxel. And somehow Hergel Arvin Alonso, in a completely destroyed race car, is currently being scored 16th. And I don't know if he hasn't pit yet or if there is an error in the scoring. That is incredible.
I don't think he's pit yet. But yeah, oh, they're 3 wide ahead of him.
Uh-oh.
Shane Lake dove to the inside, made it stick past them both, but they're still going 3 wide. Ronnie and 12 car.
Troxel's
really
going to send it down the bottom. They're going to be off the corner. Durrani almost in the wall. And Troxel's going to slide on by. 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th there, all under a blanket, and they were 3 wide for a moment, but I have no idea what Brandon Nelson hit to destroy the right side of his car like that. But up front, after William Brock and Danny Bouchard led the entirety of the event, Seidel and Trey Bartow, I don't know how they did it. They jumped 2 drivers and put about 4 or 5 lap cars in between him and second place. He now has a 2.3 second lead here at Martinsville with 26 laps to go in this race. He's probably knocking on wood right now because lap traffic is what cost him, specifically that man right there. Lap traffic is what cost him at Las Vegas. But right now, I mean, he's going to need, it would take a caution or something for this field to reset, for someone to have a shot to catch him, because he has a huge lead, and he's continuing to put more and more cars in between him and second place Justin Seidel.
Out of Seidel, Bartow's trying to get the inside of Caleb Rose. Rose is not going to let him lap him without a fight. Rose is definitely banking on a caution, and staying on the lead lap would really help him as they're 3 wide again. That was close. We've seen a couple of those situations already. That is the number 8 car of Alexander Rowe, who got pushed up the racetrack. while battling with Keegan Thompson and Aiden Macro.
I don't think Thompson's on the same lap as the other two. McCrow and Rowe are battling for 38th and 39th. Rowe having arguably one of the worst seasons I've ever seen in an offline series. Now, interesting to note here, the gap to Zidell for Bartow has grown. The gap from Zidell to William Brock has rapidly shrunk. It's shrunk now under 3 seconds. I don't think there's enough time left in this race for William Brock to get around that many cars. He's going to have to get by Rose, Brock Nelson, Josh Williamson, Dale Lightning, Logan Williams, Brett Sierra, and Justin Zidell, and Jesse Turner. With 20 laps to go at Martinsville, I think without a caution, this is going to be pretty much sealed, but oh my goodness.
You jinxed it.
Who did it?
Is the yellow. That is exactly what William Brock wanted to see. Oh boy.
Oh, Monaco's got damage. I see one of the Mercedes has damage. McMillan is back on pit road. I think we had a multi-car scuffle there.
This changes everything.
Well, it may or may not. We will see. Realistically, this actually may seal the race for Trey Bartow because he's going to have several lap cars unless some of these guys pit. The way this game works, which as unfortunate as it is, the majority of these lap cars are going to be packed in between Bartow and Zidell. So as much as we would love to see the two veterans go at it, I don't know if we're going to get it, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna. Unfortunately, I think that might hand the win for Trey Bartow's fortune. It might hand him the win, but we will take a look here. We're gonna take a look at the replay, see what brought out our second caution of the night here in the Jiffy Lube 500 with under 20 laps to go from Martinsville. Watch Eric Monaco in the 79. He's going to send it down under Igor Barreto, and that is a massive self-yeet there by Eric Monaco in the 79 late in this race. Colton, my good. You got some guys doing some massive slides there to avoid making any further contact with that 79 machine. I don't entirely know what he was doing, but yeah, that Eric Monaco, interesting incident there for the 79 car, completely yeeting himself out of this race.
You're gonna see it again. Eric Monaco completely misses the corner, gets into the side of Igor Barreto, and crashes into the wall in turn 2. A bunch of cars doing the Tokyo drift out of turn 2 to try and avoid him. Also saw a couple of cars get into the wall in the aftermath. Turn 2, but a tough break for Eric Monaco. He was inside the top 10 and this happened, so it's a tough break for him and a very interesting move going into the corner. We're gonna have an interesting restart coming up here for sure.
So here we go. It's gonna be 14 laps to go. It's Trey Bartow the leader, and then all the way back here is Justin Zidell in the 61. With an extra car between him and William Brock in the 34, Daniel Bouchard. And then they have a whole bunch of cars in between them and now fifth place Dustin Davis. 6th is Patrick Smith. 7th is Marty Sakala having a splendid run. 8th is Colton Yo. 9th is Alphabet, and 10th is Shane Lake. We're up to the gears coming for the restart. And Zidell's just not getting a big enough jump on this restart. He's going to need Trey Bartow in the 27, clear of Brock Nelson. And this 27, all he's just got to do is just drive clean, not put this car in the wall. He has got himself more than enough lap cars in between him and Justin Zidell to cover for the rest of this race. Just do not get into an incident if you're this 27 machine.
Oh, absolutely. Bartow just needs to drive just a few more good laps, and he's got this thing much in the bag.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's getting into it with the 17 of Brock Nelson. Yeah, that was really close right there.
I just saw Patrick Smith down pit road. Oh, that is I think I just saw Patrick Smith. Did I see Patrick Smith, or was it
There's
Nathan
several
Barrett?
cars.
Patrick
Several cars
Smith was
in the
just down
pits.
pit road. Oh, that's a tough break for Smith in the 11. Oh, he was having such a good run tonight, and he's not going to get the points he was hoping for. Brock Nelson is by Trey Bartow. 10 laps to go at the stripe. Oh my goodness, these boys are putting on an absolute mad shuffle here for these back positions. Probably about 23rd to 25th or so back here. And then William Brock got back around Justin Zidell. Danny Bouchard holding strong in 4th. Another solid run from him. All the way back here is Dustin Davis in 5th. Sakala is clear for the moment for 6th. Alphabet putting together another strong run. He's in 7th. Shane Lake. Even though the starting positions haven't. Oh, Shane Lake does
they're
it down.
getting into it. That was close. They made contact in turns 1 and 2. Alphabet and Lake's gonna end up getting around him.
Yeah, as I was saying, even though it hasn't. Oh, and there was another wreck. There was
Another caution.
wreck. Who was in it? We don't know. 3rd caution of the night here. I don't know who was in it. I do know this will likely take us to our final restart of the night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now only 6 cars is the gap between 1st and 2nd.
Yeah, only 6 cars.
Only 6 cars. It is pretty much a knock on wood, anything crazy happening to that 27. He's pretty much has this wrapped up, but they keep on wrecking. I think Ada McCrow looks like he was our latest victim. See some more guys back here. R11 Motorsports is having a bad day. Who do you got back here? This team. Monaco is in 34th. McMillan's been down pit road. No, that's McMillan in the 75. The 79 of Monaco is, I can't even find, he's in 17th. So not the worst day for him. But we'll take a quick look here to see what brought out our 3rd and likely final caution of the night here, and then get you set for our final restart of the night here at the Martinsville Raceway. Watch Ada McCrow here in the 70. I mean, these guys are very deep in the field. 36, 37. I don't really know what David Johnson is doing. I guess he didn't want Chick-fil-A for dinner. And that is the end of Ada McCrow's day, most likely in the 70 car. Came into this race running really well, was top 6 in points. There is not a chance he's going to leave this race here today in that same position. A very miserable day here for him. Ends like this. We're going to get back here to the restart in just a couple moments here from the Martinsville Raceway to settle this out for the final couple of laps. And we are back here for the final restart of the night here at Martinsville. It'll be 3 laps to go. Trey Bartow is in 1st. Still going to have a little bit of a dogfight for 2nd place here. William Brock, Justin Zidell, Danny Bouchard. Dustin Davis has got 5th pretty well locked down. Marty Sakala, Shane Lake, Christopher Alfby, Colton Yo, and Zachary Fitzwater make up the rest of the top 10. We'll catch back up here with the leader, Trey Bartow. Going to take them off of turn number 4. We'll bring them up back through the gears. Away he goes. You'll definitely see some guys back here try and make some positions up. Williamson on Williams. Turner on Rose. Brock's going to give it everything he has in that 34. Just not going to be good enough for him there. Brett Sear to the inside of Trey Bartow. Tries best not to make contact with him here. 2 laps to go here at Martinsville. Trey Bartow, 2 laps away from his first career win in this series.
You definitely like to see a first-time winner. Bartow had the amazing pit stop. He bumped Zira there in the middle of the corner. But not enough for Brock. There's a lot of lap cars in between them. White flag in the air. Final lap as they head through turns 1 and 2 for the final time.
Almost won at Las Vegas. Had the lap traffic that assisted him tonight, blocked him there. But tonight, pit strategy and a great drive by Trey Bartow as he puts it in the wall, and he wins his first career Body Armor Cup Series race in the series' first visit to Martinsville, and gets pummeled on the final lap by Josh Williamson, absolutely destroying what was a perfect race car. That is, I find that funny. I find that funny. Ryan Racing with their second win of the season. William Brock, nothing to be disappointed about though tonight, given the point situation. A stellar second. Your likely new points leader, Justin Zidell, comes home third. Daniel Bashar fourth. Dustin Davis fifth. Marty Sakala is going to come home in sixth. Shane Lake seventh. Colton Yo eighth. Zachary Fitzwater comes home ninth. Christopher Alfby 10th, Troxel Rutkowski, Ryan Durrani, Davey Johnson, and Angel Olvera round out your top 20. 3 cautions here tonight at Martinsville. None of them particularly huge. You had Nelson Reeves out real early in this race. Equan Haslam retired at some point midway through. Ada McCrow, Alonzo got into some incidents. Patrick Smith had something go wrong on that 11 car. Caleb Rose, for what was looking to be a really, really bad night for him, still salvages 24th, but it's not going to be anywhere near enough to hold on to the points lead. Alphaby, Colt and Yo, these are some guys who have had great runs already this season, looking to eke their way up. And Joe Rutkowski, we do have to mention Joe Rutkowski, came into this race 21st in the points despite missing 2 races and is going to get another top 15 run. You got to keep your eye out for this 44 team this year. They have been fantastic, but final thoughts, Brennan, from a very interesting and different race here at the Martinsville Raceway tonight. Pit strategy ended up being the way of the game here tonight that determined the winner.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that pit strategy would play a major factor in this race, as well as lapped cars, and that is exactly what ended up happening. Bartow had an amazing pit stop, was able to jump all those cars, get pretty much a quarter of the field in between him and second place. And that's what ultimately won him the race, so congrats to him. Looking at these results, Velocitar is going to have a big points haul. They're 6th, 9th, and 11th, so that's really going to help them in the owner standings. But other than that, interesting race for sure.
It was definitely an interesting race here tonight under the lights at Martinsville. Saw some great battles for the lead. Saw guys have to slide it through the lap traffic. And in the end of the day, you saw that pit sequence there proved out to be the most important part of the night as Trey Bartow jumped a whole bunch of cars, moved up into the lead. And he walks out of here tonight with his first career Body Armor Cup Series victory and the second win of the season for Ryan's Racing. They're loving these aggressive, hard-to-drive racetracks here. Next weekend, we travel to the Richmond Raceway for the Food City 400. That's going to be a daytime race, something you don't see too often, but we will be racing at Richmond at day, another short track, and then we have a whole slew of interesting races coming up. You've got Rockingham the week after that. Don't know if it's a day or night race yet to be determined. The big burner of Talladega Nights, which will be followed up the week after by Pensacola and the Pensacola Rolex Grand Prix. But it's going to be a fun couple of weeks here. But that does it here for us tonight for Under the Lights from Martinsville Raceway. Congratulations to Trey Bartow and Ryan Racing on scoring the victory here tonight. And be at Brendan Wilmington, Matt Tuck. Thank you for tuning in with us tonight. And we will see you next time, folks. So long, everybody.